Hey guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. We are going to be putting to the test a foundation that claims to synchronize itself with your skin and, if I'm understanding it correctly, self-refresh itself, if that's making any sense. I am talking about the brand new foundation and concealer. This just launched recently from Shiseido. This is their Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Oil-Free Foundation with a broad spectrum SPF of 30. That was a mouthful. So I have some specs pulled up on the Sephora website. That is where I ordered these items from. Now the foundation retails for $47. It says that this is a weightless foundation that synchronizes with skin and self-refreshes nonstop for an up to 24-hour just applied look and flawless finish. This offers a medium natural finish for normal, dry, combination oily skin. So all skin types. It says the highlighted ingredients are an active force technology, protects the finish from the effects of sweat, oil, and facial movement. Now, I was going to be filming for you guys a pumpkin spice inspired makeup look, and hold tight, that is still coming. I know that you guys did choose that in my recent poll here on the community tab on YouTube, but I'm going to the Jonas Brothers concert tonight, and this foundation is making a lot of claims, so I thought, perfect time to go ahead and put this to the test. It is 5:38 right now. The concert starts at 7:30. I probably won't get home till around probably 11:30ish, close to midnight. So it's not going to be an extremely long wear test by any means, but you know, I'm going to be dancing, I'm going to be singing, and definitely putting this through the elements. So we will see if this actually holds up and refreshes itself against sweat, oil, and facial movement. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity. It says it has responsive sensory technology, which helps the foundation adapt to the skin's condition, tone, and texture, and smart correcting powder, which enhances the skin's surface texture and tone. I don't know if that's referring to this foundation or the setting or finishing powder that also came out in this collection, and that I do not have. I just want to take a quick look at the ingredients here before we get into putting this on. So there is a chemical and a mineral sunscreen in this. So there's titanium dioxide and octinoxate. So octinoxate is a chemical sunscreen, and then the titanium dioxide is the mineral. So if you have any sensitivities to those, you may want to steer clear of this foundation. There is dimethicone, water, glycerin. I'm not really seeing much else. I don't really see any added fragrances, at least for what I'm seeing here. So that's nice. I'm also not really seeing any alcohols, which is also amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and put both of these to the test. Obviously the concealer also says that it's anti-creasing. It makes pretty much the same claims as the foundation. We will apply one half of the face with a sponge, the other half with a brush. I will zoom you guys in so you can get a better look at how this applies. So let's just go ahead and get to it. So Minnesota is up to its typical shenanigans. Just last week, it was freezing outside. Well, not freezing, but it was very cold. We are now back into highs into the mid upper 80s. So I am sweating once again. One of the other reasons why I thought it'd be a great time to test out this foundation. So it comes in a glass container. It does have a pump, very beautiful packaging, no disappointments there. I did pick mine up in the shade 250 Sand. It says shake well before use. So it has a twist and lock cap, which is also nice. So we'll go ahead and give her a good shake. Now it is important probably to give this foundation a good shake if you have this or if you think about purchasing it, because if there is a sunscreen in it, which there is, it can kind of leave like weird white casts all over the face. The L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation used to do that. Like if I wouldn't shake it up enough and I would dab it onto my face, I get like these weird powdery white spots, and that is the sunscreen. I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with one pump on the back of my hand. That is what one pump looks like. So it does have a thicker texture. So go ahead and start by dotting this on the skin. Doesn't have any sort of fragrance or scent to it whatsoever. So I'm gonna start with the Beauty Blender, and we're just gonna go ahead and blend away. So that blended out very easily. I mean, it definitely did do some concealing of my redness. My skin is so freaking hormonal, you guys. The struggle is real. It's like for 1 week of the month, I just have this beautiful, glowy, blemish-free skin. Another week, I start to get all this texture. Another week, I have zits popping up. The next week, I have flares of my eczema on my eyelids. It is such a freaking roller coaster with my skin. So right now, we're kind of in that stage where I have blemishes popping up, which again can be fortunate when I'm testing out a foundation. Not that I enjoy that, but you guys get the drift. So you can see that I had a pimple right here that is clearing itself up, one right here as well that I picked at. I know I shouldn't do that, but it's kind of nice because it can kind of give you guys an idea of the coverage. This is a very light medium coverage with a sponge, so we'll definitely go ahead and layer it up with another pump. There is another pump with the sponge, very medium coverage. I'm not really able to build this up to more of a full coverage, at least in my opinion. Looking at this product, it does look nice on the skin so far, but really with foundation, you have to wear it for about 20 to 30 minutes to really get an idea of how it's really going to sit on the skin. Upon initial application, I mean, it looks nice. It looks very natural, like it says. It's just a little bit tacky, but not really, but it feels nice. So let's go ahead and move on. We'll do another pump on the back of the hand. Let's do the brush side. So obviously I'm expecting to get a lot more coverage using a brush. That's just usually how it goes. I'm hoping that the finish is the same because I am pretty satisfied with how it's looking on the skin so far. This is a new brush, you guys, from Real Techniques. I picked this up from Walmart when I was getting the Coty Airspun Highlight, which I do also want to do a review on. I saw that these new brushes from Real Techniques, and I haven't really used a lot of their brushes before, so I was intrigued to try this. It's really nice. I've been playing with it. Super soft, blends foundation and product out very easily. I'm a fan of it so far. Yes, I am going to the concert with my hair looking like this because I really could give a shit. I have to be real with you guys. I am not someone who gets dressed up before going to a concert at all. I want to be comfortable at a show. All right, you guys, so there is the single pump with a brush. Very similar coverage to using two pumps with the sponge. So let's layer it up and see if we can get any more coverage using the brush and putting on another layer. Guys, I color matched this the other day and it's really weird. I haven't been in the sun or anything and all of a sudden I just feel like this looks so light on me right now. It's strange. Let's take a look at things now. I don't notice it settling into any fine lines or dragging on any dry spots. It is a very much so a natural skin finish. Let's go ahead and move on to the concealer. So this is what the packaging looks like for the concealer. This is a very tiny amount of product. This has 0.19 fluid ounces. Let's take a look at some other concealers to see if that's pretty on par. Oh yeah, it is. It's just a tinier container because the Jeffree Star one says it has 0.115 ounces in it. My Milani concealer has 0.17. My L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear, let's see, does this one say 0.33? So this one has a ton of product in it, but this one has a pretty good amount, if not more than usual. This one has a very interesting applicator on it, as you can see here. I'm just gonna go ahead and drag that under the eyes. Pretty good color match for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Beauty Blender. So that blended out very easily and did give me some very good coverage. Let's just go ahead and layer up in a few areas. Kind of like this applicator because you want to like dot it on, you can. It's very soft. I do like to bring my concealer down around my nose because I do get very red in that area. Perfect. So as you can see, I'm getting good coverage from it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the sponge on this side. I do typically prefer a sponge when I'm blending out my concealers. I just feel like it gives it a more of a natural finish. Yes, sometimes you may have to build it up more, but sometimes a brush just doesn't absorb enough of the excess product and things can look very thick, cakey, and creasy very quickly. I do have to say I'm a huge fan of how this concealer looks so far. It blends out effortlessly. The undertones in the shade that I picked out, which I didn't mention. What shade is this? This is in the shade 202 Light. It looks very good. Like, my under eyes look hydrated and awake and brightened. It is a really, really nice formula. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup here, you guys, and then yeah, I will be right back with the completed look, and then we will do check-ins. Right, you guys, so here is the completed look. Now, I do have to say, it does still feel kind of tacky. I do not like when I can feel products on my skin. I want to feel like there is nothing there. I want it to feel like my skin, that is it. I did set it down with my Glossier Powder, which is one of my go-to powders, and still it just feels a little bit sticky. I don't know if you guys can see that, but whatever. From here down, I love the foundation. For some reason, I don't totally love what it's doing to my forehead area. I almost feel like my pores are somewhat exaggerated here. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, but I feel like they are. It just looks a little bit bunchy and cakey in this area. And now, I did put 2 layers of this on, but that was because the first layer was very thin. It was a very sheer medium coverage, and I did want a little bit more than that. So we will see. I'm a little bit on the fence with that because I do like a foundation that is buildable, that gives me options, but we will wear it throughout the evening and see how things are looking. It is 6:22 right now, so I've had the foundation on for about 20 minutes while I finished up the rest of my makeup and all that kind of stuff. I mean, powder products, my contour, you know, everything went on beautifully on top of this. So yeah, I mean, we will see. Right now, I'm like 50-50. I haven't quite made up my mind. First impression wise, I wouldn't say right now. First impressions, just as it sat for the first 20 minutes, I wouldn't say it's worth the $47. But again, that first hour is crucial. So I will be checking in with you guys here in about an hour, right before the concert starts. I am going with my youngest sister, Bianca. She has made an appearance on this channel maybe once or twice before. One time for sure, a long time ago when I wasn't even a year into my channel. She joined me on a vlog to the Mall of America. It is a super fun video. I will link that down below if you are interested in checking it out. But yeah, I will be with you guys in just a little bit here to do a first check-in. All right, you guys know I like to show you guys what foundation looks like in somewhat natural light. Obviously, it's getting dark here, so I don't know how great of a depiction this is, but I've had it on for about an hour. It looks very airbrushed, but it also is making my skin look kind of dry right now, which I'm not a huge fan of, but we'll wear it a little bit longer, see how things set. We are walking into the concert venue right now, so we'll see if this foundation makes it through a full, like, what, 3-hour concert. All right, you guys, we're about 3 hours into wear time on this foundation. We are at the Jonas Brothers concert, like I mentioned before, and we just saw BB Rexa. Never seen her live, and she was amazing. So we're new fans. But anyways, this is about the foundation. Bianca, how does this look? Be honest.
I think it looks good, but it's breaking apart a little bit, like right here.
Okay, so this is supposed to be self-refreshing, skin synchronizing, and it's supposed to stay good for 24 hours, but it's already breaking up a little bit.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not as good as your other foundations I've seen you wear, like the L'Oreal 24 Hour Fresh. Everything gets compared to that because everyone knows it's my favorite. Anyways, like I said, we're about 3 hours deep. I can't even hear myself talk, and I feel like I'm raspy, but I will check in with you guys at the end of the night. Jonas Brothers should be on soon. I'll try to get a clip, but you know how YouTube is with that copyright strike, so I will see you guys in a little bit. You guys, so I am back from the concert. It was absolutely amazing. Totally blew my mind. The Jonas Brothers are awesome, but they kind of just like exceeded my expectations, I guess you could say. We had so much fun. BB Rexa was one of the openers, and I hadn't really listened to a lot of music from her, but she was absolutely incredible. So I'm definitely a new fan. Sometimes seeing people live versus just hearing them on the radio or word of mouth just gives you kind of more an idea of who they are as an artist. But yeah, let's just talk about this foundation. I am extremely impressed with the way that this foundation wore. I do have breaking up right here on the tip of my nose, chin, just kind of in this region, but nothing
more terrible than usual. This is just the area that makeup just wears the most for me. I touch my nose, I have allergies pretty much all year round, so this is an area that I'm touching a lot. I mean, this went through a concert. I do have to say that my makeup looks pretty damn good for jumping around, sweating. It was hot, eating, talking, just the whole thing. I do have to say this looks pretty good. I mean, my contour is still here, my highlight is still visible, and you guys, let's give a shout out to Kathleen Lights and ColourPop for this So Jaded palette. That is the eyeshadow I have on right now, and it still looks extremely vibrant. I've had this makeup on for over 6 hours, and things are looking very good. So if you are someone, especially if you have more oily skin, you would absolutely love this foundation. I am a little bit glowy here, but I don't use mattifying products. So if you are someone who wants a more mattified look, you can definitely achieve it with this product. You do have to layer it quite a bit to get this level of coverage, which I am totally fine with. On most days, I don't want something that just right off the bat gives me crazy full coverage. I do like having the ability to actually build it up. And I do want to comment on that because when I first put this on, it did look a little bit bunchy and thick up here, but it definitely is one of those foundations that the longer you wear it, the better it's going to look. There is a little bit of settling right here around the nose, but again, nothing too intense, you know, nothing crazier than usual. Is this something that I would reach for over my L'Oreal Infallible foundation? Probably not all the time. Do I feel like this has a place in my collection? Yes. If I just do want something that is going to hold up in like extreme humidity that will control oil, which keep things very mattifying, yes, I could see myself reaching for this. I do like that there aren't any alcohols or fragrances in this product, whereas there is alcohol and fragrance in my L'Oreal Infallible. But there's just something about that L'Oreal foundation that just off the bat just makes my skin look top-notch, fabulous, and the price, it's just something I can't help it, you guys. No matter how many other foundations that I have, that's just, that L'Oreal foundation just works the best for my skin. But I do have to say this looks pretty darn good. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep wearing it. I'm going to try it out with different powders, different setting sprays, primers. You guys know the deal. This is a first impressions, and with any review, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Reviews are meant to be considered. They're not to be followed as Bible. Something that doesn't work for me may work beautifully for you. I am just here to give you my opinion with my skin type, let you know if I think that a product is worth checking out. I definitely do think that this is very innovative. It is something that is very different. I feel like right now in the beauty space, there is so much that has been done before. It's just like eyeshadow palette after eyeshadow palette, and it's just like, give me something new. And I feel like this is something that is very unique. Just the technology behind it is just very interesting. So I enjoy products like this. I like when companies are more innovative and they take something even as simple as what may seem like a foundation and they change it up and they offer us something new. That is the type of products that I am looking for. I really enjoy this concealer, you guys. My under eyes look snatched, fantastic. There isn't any creasing or settling whatsoever. Like, this concealer is bomb. So the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer, I would have to say I like even more so than the foundation. It just looks hydrating, it concealed everything, and it stayed in place. The concealer is just, here it is. I couldn't find it for a second. The concealer is top notch. You get a good amount of product, the texture, the blendability, absolutely fantastic. So leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this foundation. Did you pick it up? Is this something that you want to try now? Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, share it, and of course, be sure to subscribe to my channel before you go. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, guys.